Hey everybody! So today's slideshow is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to, just in the fact that rather than have a different video with my face on it for multiple slides, instead we're going to have just one video in total. And that video is going to take you through my slideshow for today, and it's going to be the same for each day moving forward. What I'll simply do is screencastify what my screen looks like and talk you through the slideshow in one video. And that way I can embed that video into the Canvas module as well. It just gives you one more place to be able to access it. But the format of the slides look pretty similar. It should at least. It's Wednesday, April 29th. I've got the schedule in pink. After you view this slideshow, you're going to begin your new independent book. Hopefully you found a great one on Sora or a different platform that's around the coming of age theme that you will start today if you have not started already. After you do that, you're going to start making some connections and comparisons between your LDG book that you just finished and your new independent book. And that is going to be housed on a Google Doc that you see titled there in bold, Intertextual Connections, Wednesday 4/29. You will see that document as a brand new assignment on Google Classroom. You will also see it linked in my next two slides, so there's plenty of ways to access it. So that is your work for today after you're done reading, is to add 2 rows to that new chart, which I will model for you in the next couple slides. For core 2 only in the yellow, update on when we're going to meet this week, and the nickname for that, and then today's teaching point in the bottom right. And as we keep rolling along here to my next slide, when you open up that Google Doc with today's assignment in it around intertextual connections, you're going to see these directions at the top. They're pretty straightforward. This chart will be used to track your intertextual connections, that means between two texts, you are making between your current independent book, the one that you just chose and you're starting, and the LDG book you just completed, whether that's Tangerine, Darius and Twig, Stargirl, or Speak. Some possible ideas for making connections, because you might be asking yourself, what do I connect? Well, think about some of the lessons the past couple of weeks that we've done. Maybe you see a mentor in your new book that's similar to, say, Archie and Stargirl, and you compare those two archetypal characters. Maybe there's a similar thematic idea. Maybe there's a broken friendship that's taking place in your new book that reminds you of Melinda and Heather and Speak. Symbolism would be a great one if you can pull that off. Are you seeing an object or an item that stands for something similar to both books? That might be one you do a little bit later on because you're only starting your new book, and symbolism usually makes more sense as you move forward in the book. One that you can certainly do is, fourth bullet point here, similar strengths and weaknesses. Is there a character that's really shy and bashful and it's holding them back that you notice in your new book and you can connect it to maybe Paul at his new school, Tangerine Middle School, or maybe you can connect to the way that Melinda in Speak hides in her closet and does not want to actually reveal to people what's going on in her life. Or similar single stories, stereotypes, race, gender, ethnicity, religion, all these different types of groups. Are you seeing someone have a stereotype or a single story of a group of people based on what that person associates with? If you see a similarity in your new book, that might be something you link as well. Those are all possibilities, but anything you like, as long as you can find that connection, that link between the two texts, it can work for the chart. So here's my example. I'm not going to read this all to you right now, but if you'd like to read it on your own because you're struggling with how to do this, this might be a good way for you to kind of organize your information here. What I've done is I've connected my new book, independent book, Friday Night Lights, to my LDG book, which was House on Mango Street. And what I thought to myself is, okay, what similarities am I noticing through the first chapter of Friday Night Lights that can connect to anything from House on Mango Street? And I thought about the thematic idea, the motif of economic insecurity and disillusionment. Disillusionment is a big word for just feeling like everything's a lost cause. And I noticed that the people in Odessa, Texas, where Friday Night Lights takes place, has that same disillusionment and lack of money, lack of resources, and insecurity in that way as many of the immigrant families in House on Mango Street. So as you can see in my row here, I included some text evidence, I included a little bit of an explanation, I just elaborated a bit on that connection that I'm making just so your teacher, in this case me, understands kind of where you're coming from. So your goal today is to do 2 of these rows, to make 2 connections on that chart on Google Docs that is connecting your LDG book and your brand new book. If you're struggling with this, give me a holler. I'll be around. My email pretty much all day, 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. or so, I can probably lead you in the right direction. But if you're struggling, look back at the directions to this assignment, because those 5 bullet points or so I laid out might lead you in the right place to be able to find a connection that works for you. Okay? So I'll be taking a look at all the things on the checklist I gave out yesterday, making sure you've got everything turned in, along with checking out this brand new chart today. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Hope the new format's okay, and we'll talk soon.